I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully is disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little bro them. And I'ma tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
Maize and Blue Nation, it's Tom Brady. I co-founded Autograph with one mission in mind: change the fan experience for the better. That's why I'm excited to announce the release of a new app that recognizes the biggest Michigan fans. The Autograph Fandom app gives you access to the best Michigan content, fan challenges, and exclusive rewards for diehard Wolverines, all for doing the things you already do, like listening to this podcast. Head over to the Apple App Store and search for Autograph Rewarding Fans and download today.
Good evening, good people, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here today with my special guest, Buckeye Garrison. What's going on, sir? You might know him from the Scarlet and Blue show, by the way. I put the link in the bio. Be sure to, or in the comment section, rather. It's also in the description of this video. Be sure to head over there, check those guys out. Today we are talking, of course, the game. The most important game of the college football season this year. It was the same a year ago, at least in the regular season, because, of course, the championship is the most important game. And I'm not talking about the Big Ten championship. We're talking about the Natty. That's the most important game, bar none. But this one, in terms of regular seasons, there's not a game really that comes close to it. This season especially, there won't be another game that comes close to this one. Garrison, what's your thoughts on just that?
No, man. I mean, we're here again, man. I'm kind of sad that the football season has blown by like this, but we watch it to get to this point, and we watch it to get to week 13. We watch it to get to November 25th and get to the game. And so I'm very excited to see this, man. I think I've been kind of blessed as a Buckeye, and even so, you as a Teton fan. I mean, we've gotten 06, we've gotten last year, and now we've gotten this year. So I mean, just to see this many times where there are national championship implications in the game, from the game. It's awesome, man. I'm very excited to watch this game on Saturday.
Absolutely, man. This one, it is super exciting. As a fan of Michigan, for sure. You know, before 2021, we didn't have much to be happy about when this time of year rolled around, for like at least the last, couple decades before that. But it's a different time now, obviously, with what's going on surrounding the Michigan program. There are a lot of detracting and detractors out there. What's going on? Right. So, of course, just to really quickly, of course, there's the espionage that is been accused of Michigan, and in some rights been proven that at least occurred. Whether or not certain people knew about it is still being questioned, but there is no doubt about it that Stallions was doing some illegalities, at least according to the NCAA rules. That being said, this game this year, there won't be any of that going on. At least I hope no one is that brazen, right, to go out there and try to do that this year for this game. Because if you are, then damn it, you deserve whatever is happening, right? Yeah. But this game is going to be free of any of those connotations, really. The both fan bases are heated. On my side, yes, they're heated because we're being accused of this. And on your side, it's like, oh, well, those 2 wins look a little fishy now, right? So there's a lot going on. but I'm happy it's here. And without any further ado, and we'll get to the comment section here in short time. In the meantime, be sure to like and share the stream. Let's get some more people in here. Let's start with this. The CFP rankings just came out Tuesday. What were your thoughts on that top four?
I think they're fine. I'm still a guy that says put Oregon at 4, and I don't care. I'm also a guy that believes that Alabama should be in the top 6. I think that I'm an eye test. Like, the resume counts, but I'm an eye test type of guy. The top 4 is fine with me overall. I did understand what Joey Galloway meant when he said, if they're going to jump Florida State, then they should also jump you guys. I do get his point, but there's because the truth of the matter is this: what is your second best win?
Rutgers, Maryland. Okay, all right.
That's not touching what Washington has, so I do understand it. But at the same time, in my eyes, I need to see what you do on the other side of the ball, also. And if you're though your offense looks like fish grease, your defense looks like trash.
Right.
So therefore, I give more credence to a good defense and a good offense and a great offense and a bad defense. So otherwise, man, I think everything's fine in there. I'm very interested to see. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say, first of all, Joey's fucking out of his mind. Excuse my language. Michigan should not be jumped
How?
By Washington or anyone. Because now, and you are a person who's just said you go off.
Now, let me ask you, why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they?
Well, for much of the same,
eye test is part of it. I'm asking.
The eye test is part of it. Sure. And this is what I was saying earlier in the season, right? When I said, or even when the CFP, the first week of the CFP, I said that Georgia should be number 1, and I noted last season and especially 2 seasons ago really have no bearing on the rankings, right? However, Georgia is still undefeated. They have the longest win streak in the country, right? They are the 2-time defending champs. They've earned really that benefit of the doubt, not to mention they have beaten, the tough teams on their schedule, right? And beaten them pretty soundly outside of Missouri. So I think that, they deserve to be the number 1 team. And the same for Michigan. Michigan has earned, in my opinion, to be the number 2 team, but I'm not mad at them not being number 2. I understand why Ohio State is number 2 right now. But again, we've earned that. We are undefeated. We haven't lost in the big, right? 2.5 seasons.
Okay, it's
right?
2 points. Keep going.
Right?
Okay, it's 2 points.
And before Penn State, none of these games were even close. Right?
It was the 112th ranked schedule in college football.
Yeah. I mean, but again, okay, I get that for the non-con. If you want to bring up the non-con rather, I understand that. Mm-hmm. However, we played 9 conference opponents. It's not our fault that these conference opponents are who they are, right? So I don't understand. By the way, UNLV is a dominant football team, and they deserve to be ranked.
No. Have you seen their schedule?
Right. Yeah, I've seen it.
Come on, man. Come on.
Okay, so outside of that, but let me get to the CFP really quickly, because I don't want to spend too much time on this particular subject. But Washington jumping Florida State, I understood it last week, especially because Florida State's quarterback got hurt. Florida State really hasn't looked great, although they ended up scoring like the last 58 points of that game last week, but it was against an inferior opponent, so they were supposed to do that. So I understand Washington jumping them. Your point to Oregon being the 4th ranked team, I'm not on board with that. I'm not on board with it because they had a head-to-head shot with Washington, and they will have another if everything, plays out right. They just need to handle their business this week, and they'll have another shot at them. So that's going to work itself out either way. And by the way, if Washington loses, then they're done. And if Oregon wins, then I understand you catapult them into the CFP. So that's really my only gripe about it. I do think, and by the way, your eye test thing, I think Alabama's playing probably the best football in the country right now. At least they look the best. The quarterback has really come around. And that's like the last 3 weeks. But yeah, go ahead.
No, so my thing, right? I've tried to stay very consistent on this. My thing with Oregon and Washington is this: we have seen teams, and let me know if you know what team I'm talking about, lose a game, a very close game, and still be ranked ahead of that team the next week. Was that not you guys?
Okay.
So if I understand that Oregon was on the road, lost by 3, could have tied the game, got an overtime. They had their coach made dumb decisions why they probably more likely lost. You were missing 2 or 3 to fit your starters and one of your wide receivers.
Yeah.
And when you looked at that game, I think we all knew who the better team was. Kind of the same when we watched you guys against Michigan State. We knew who was better, but you lost. And so even though that head-to-head will only count for me for so long, I need you to continue to update your resume. The same way I believe, Texas, you beat Bama by double digits in Tuscaloosa. That's as impressive as it gets. But what'd you do after? So I'll put it this way. Head-to-head only gives you so much with me. I need you to keep on doing what you're doing.
I don't know. So we'll touch on that for a second, but what do you think about Toast's comment here?
So I don't think it's right for the kids that practice and play those games to be ranked for because they're cute. This is what I'll say to that. I'm guessing he's saying that because the QB is out, Travis Jordan, they shouldn't be ranked 4th.
Jordan Travis, yes. No, he's saying that Washington shouldn't have jumped them. Yeah. Right.
I think Washington's a better football team than Florida State.
Man,
on Scarlet, like me and Bryce, when we posted our top 10 a few weeks ago, and even when we have conversations about it, we don't believe in Florida State like that. We don't. Yeah, I don't. So I mean, they jumped them. They should have been jumped them in my eyes.
That said, because I'm a person that believes in Florida State to a degree. Like, I think Florida State is a good team. I think in terms of like the talent on the team, they're better than Washington. In my opinion, especially on defense, like what they're supposed to be. If I say what they're supposed to be, that said, I also understand Washington has gone out. Now, Washington was less than impressive before, last week too, in their most recent wins, right? So I think both of them have been riding the struggle bus. So why not just keep it, the way that it was at that time? But I understand Washington also has the best win to this point of anybody in college football. That's all going to change Saturday, obviously, one way or the other. So there's that. I want to move on from this. The CFP is what it is. We know who the top 4 is. Something drastic would have to change for Florida State to get back in there, I think. But we'll see what happens.
Hey, I will give Florida State this though. just my last thing on
Yeah.
that. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to get one more thing on that. If they do win these games dominantly with their backup quarterback, they should be in.
Yes.
They should be in. I don't care what happens
He
in the
looked
Big
okay.
12.
Now, granted, he was out there playing the YMCA, but I get it. So there's that. If you're in here, make sure you hit the like button, share the stream. Let's get more people in here. Here we go. The game this weekend. The other state travels to Michigan to take on the Wolverines, the two-time defending Big Ten champion Wolverines, in the Big House. I'm not sure what the weather is going to be. I don't care what the weather is going to be. I'm not one of those guys. I do like making fun of Ohio State fans with the weather, though. It's just hilarious. But on its face, this is the biggest game of the season. Like, no way around it. The hatred, the vitriol anyway. Let me not say hatred. That's a strong word, although hatred might be fair
No,
here.
you can call it hate. You can call it hate.
The vitriol between the two teams is going to be on 1,000. It's been magnified by this whole scandal. Mud has been slung both ways. Now the mud that the Ohio State has slung at Michigan has stuck to some degree because coaches have been suspended, coaches have been fired, staffers have been fired or resigned. However, you want to lay that out.
Right.
But some news broke today. I'm not sure it's news because I don't know if I trust that account. But anyway, this game is going to be on a beam. Let's just talk about it. Give me some very surface level things because we're gonna dig into. We're gonna dig into the game. We're gonna break that down. But what do you think?
I think this is going to be much different from what you've seen from the previous 2 years of the game, where we're talking big scoring. I think have these two defenses benefited from the conference and how horrible this conference is? Yes, especially offensively and quarterback wise. But I know what I'm seeing. Know what I'm seeing, as I think you do also. These are two dominant defenses, and so I think on a surface level, I think those are the two that are going to dictate how this game goes. And then on the other side, we're going to see who can make the plays.
Yes, I like that. That sounds about right. And I also agree with the scoring to a certain degree, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's start here. Who has that was actually supposed to be the part where we just gave our surface level things, but I didn't hit the button. So here we go. Let's just talk about the home field. Obviously, Michigan will be playing this game in Michigan. There's talks of Michigan fans boycotting College Game Day. I'm not sure if you've heard that. Because ESPN basically Pete Thamel works for ESPN. It's listen, go to them at College Game Day, all right? Show up, show out. It doesn't make sense to not go. What is your thought? What are your thoughts?
No, man, I've been asked. I said, what? You guys don't support Desmond Howard? You don't support your own? And I'm pretty sure they have Desmond Howard's doing a special with the favorite players like Blake. I think Blake Donnie and someone else. What? You don't support your players?
Right.
I'm just curious, bro. Do your fans not support your team, your players, your legends?
Of course we do.
Do you?
Of course. It's not even a question.
I'm just asking. I think it's stupid. Of course they're going to go to the College Game Day. Antoine, I promise you, when they go home and sleep on those satin sheets, they're not going to think about that.
They're not going to think about Michigan boycotting them at the thing. Listen,
I promise you.
Here's another reason to go if you're Michigan fans, because if you don't go, the other state fans who are there will go, and we're going to look crazy if it's just a sea of red out there behind College Game Day. We're going to look super crazy out there. We got to go just to save face, for real. Go blue. Absolutely. So yeah, I think the home field advantage is going to play a part. That's probably why we got a hook on the spread, because otherwise it'd just be 3. So home field definitely plays a part, although it has, when Ohio State was dominating the series, that didn't matter, right? It didn't matter last year for Michigan in Columbus. So, you know, both of these teams are good. The best team is going to win no matter where they were playing this game at, right? They could be playing on the moon. The best team is going to win the game.
That's not always true. The best team doesn't always win. But
I mean, sure, I will concede
you
that
can be the better team. You can be the better team that day.
The best team that day. Let's do that then. Because you still think Oregon's better than Washington.
No, I think we're better than you guys. I think we're better than you guys last year. I think we were better than you guys last year.
You're wilding.
And we proved it in the playoff.
How?
I don't think you guys would have been within 20 points of that Georgia team.
Man, you gotta stop it.
I'm not gonna stay there. I'm just gonna say that and leave it there.
All right. We owe Georgia, by the way. I hope we see Georgia in this playoff, by the way.
You owe Georgia. That's cute.
We owe them.
That is so
let's
cute.
move on. Best coach. This one is obviously should have an asterisk next to it. But going into this game, Sharon Moore will be the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Ryan Day, Crying Ryan, some call him.
Wait. You can't say Crying Ryan if he didn't cry. Your guy cried.
Those were tears of joy, by the way. Crying Ryan cries. It's not even. Sharon was happy. Those were joyous tears. But anyway, Sharon Moore versus Ryan Day. Who has the coaching edge? In the comment section, by the way, you guys can comment on this too. Each segment, let us know what you guys think.
I mean, it's clearly Ryan. I mean, I don't even think that's it'd be crazy to have to argue it. And even if Jim Harbaugh was coaching in this game, I could still give you data points on why Ryan Day is better than him.
You're wilding.
Do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Okay. How many times has Ryan Day won the conference, and how many times has Jim Harbaugh won the conference?
Ryan Day has won the conference 3 times, right?
Twice.
Okay. Jim Harbaugh has also won the conference twice.
Yep. How long has Jim Harbaugh been coaching in the Big Ten?
Oh my God.
8 years.
He's been coaching. He's been a head coach in the Big Ten for longer than Ryan Day.
Okay. How many playoffs has he been to?
2.
Jim Harbaugh. Ryan
2.
Day?
Yeah.
Was it 2? 3.
3 because
Ryan has been the 3.
Season. Yeah.
How many playoff games? I'll make it easy on you. How many games has Jim Harbaugh had a lead in a playoff game?
Yo, no. First of all, don't try to walk me into these like you clearly have an agenda here. Just tell me. No. These are loaded questions, by the way. Obviously, he wasn't making the playoff before. He had to change his philosophy, right? Things are different. Jim Harbaugh is a better football coach than Ryan Day. Jim Harbaugh has proven that he's a better football coach every stop he's been at.
Is it because he's 2-1? Is that your reason?
Well, that's the biggest reason, by the way. The head-to-head is the biggest.
All right, I want to address something. Well, I want to address what I see Cameron says, King Jim over Ryan Day 2-1. So I want to ask him this. I want to ask you this also. Urban Meyer has an equal record, 500 record with Nick Saban. Is he in the same conversation as Nick Saban? No.
The same conversation? Sure, he's in the conversation.
No.
He's not better than Nick.
He's
in the conversation.
If he had a better record against Nick, one more game, would you call him better than Nick?
No. But hold on. But I gotta explain why he's in the conversation though. He's obviously in the conversation. He won Florida 2 national titles. They had only had 1 national title in the 100 years before that. They what else? He leaves there. He comes to the other state. By the way, before that, he had Utah of all places because before him, Utah was a laughingstock. It wasn't considered what it is now for sure. It wasn't considered what it was when he was there, undoubtedly. That he turned that into a winning program. He goes to Florida, turns that thing into. Now he didn't turn them into a win. They were winning before he got there, but he obviously took the next step and dominated the SEC there for a short minute. Then
a short minute.
It was brief.
Minute.
It was brief.
And
by the way, and I think he left. I think his ailments came because of Nick Saban. I'll say that. And then he goes to the other state. He dominates the Big Ten. There's no question about it. Unfortunately for us, he dominated the Big Ten.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know how many times he won the Big Ten?
I believe. Okay, so he was there 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm. He was there from 2012, 6 years, 2012 to 2018.
Yep, 7 years. He won that thing 4 times, right? 3. Was it 3?
Yes. That's what I'm trying to tell. Like, do not listen. I love Urban. He's the second greatest coach of a generation.
But wait. He definitely still dominated the conference. Nobody else won it 3 times in that time.
Yes, that's true. But
right,
Urban should have won it more than 3 times out of those 7. Nick Saban doesn't have.
Listen, that's where you guys argue. I don't really care. I know, but it's hurting me to give him these flowers. By the way, I'm
just saying
a bouquet, and it hurts.
I'm just saying 2-1 doesn't mean you're a better coach than my coach if you don't have the overall accolades and with having more time in your tenure.
All right. So no, because this isn't fair, because you like to point out, and we've been on lives together where you've pointed this out, that your program's never been a poverty program, right? You've never, according to you, had to like recover, right? All right. These are your words.
Yes.
When Jim got to Michigan, that was a reclamation project, right?
To an extent, if you actually look at the talent that you guys had in the class.
No, he had some talent. There was some talent. I'm not. And by the way, he was recruiting well those first couple of years too. He had top 10 classes, had a top 5 class in that time. So yeah, he definitely had talent. But it's still. We understand it's more than just the talent. The program has to, you got to implement your thing, and then you've got to. Everything has to. It feels like a gym program right now. By the way, it feels like he's got his fingerprints all over this thing. So he had a reclamation project when he comes in. Urban's already established. He goes on to dominate Gym 5-0 in those head-to-heads. By the way, 2016, he did.
Can you say it again?
He dominated Gym in those head-to-heads. I'm sorry.
What was the record?
5-0 against Jim.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. This guy. But by the way, he got his butt out of Dodge just in time too, or this would be him we're talking about right now.
If Jim was, listen, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be really controversial, but I don't care, because actually a lot of my Buckeye guys, they know how I feel about this. The program was taking a turn after the national championship year. It was not. It was taking a not. It wasn't a horrible turn. It was taking a negative turn. You're seeing getting blown out by Iowa, getting blown out by Purdue, lost to Michigan State, got blown out 31-0 to Clemson in the playoff game.
Disgusting.
And you know how everyone always says
we've never not scored points in the playoff, by the way.
Man.
But go ahead.
So you know how everyone was saying that in 2019 that was that was all Urban's players. Okay. If Ryan Day never came to Ohio State, do you know who the quarterback would have been?
J.J. McCarthy.
Tate Martell. That's an Urban player. So imagine So imagine what would have happened. Yeah, so imagine what would have happened to the program had Tate Martell started that. Like, that's what I always tell people, man, Ryan Day coming to Ohio State it saved a few things, man. It saved a few things because the program is better than it was than the previous 4 years.
First of all, don't do Tate like
honestly.
that. And under Urban Meyer, we don't know what Tate
That
would have
boy
been.
trash.
Urban Meyer has had trash quarterbacks. Let's be honest. And I'm talking about quarterbacks that are good for college and nothing else. And he probably could have done something similar with Tate Martell. Be sure to hit the like button, like and share. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and he had Chris Leak, Tim Tebow.
Chris Leak was trash.
He's better than
Tim Tebow was trash.
In college? What, we're talking college?
No. That's what I'm talking about. In college, he was an excellent quarterback.
Would you rather?
He's a great.
All right.
He's an all-time great college quarterback.
Would you rather have Tate Martell or Alex Smith?
Well, Alex Smith. But Alex Smith is a good college quarterback. Anyway, man, hold on. We got to get to some of these comments. It's looking that way now. Ohio don't have a QB for the next 3 years. Who you get right? This guy got you. He got you the guy you got now. You like that?
Wait.
You like that?
Wait, hey, Toast.
Brantley was trash.
My man. Hold up, Toast, my man. Ohio State don't have a quarterback for the next 3 years.
He did recruit Cam Newton.
Yeah, that is true. Toast. Go check 247 and see what quarterbacks we have coming in, and go see what you have. Oh, by the way, year 3. You got someone in your backyard who's a high 5-star. He gone.
Don't do Bryce 4. Gone. Don't mention 4 at all. He's a 5+, by the way, and he is right now supposed to go somewhere else, but he will be at the game, and once he sees the beating that we put on Ohio State, then all that will change. But anyway, let's not get off topic here. We got to move on.
Yeah, right.
All right, but the coach, by the way, I'm giving you guys the check for coach. You guys get the check for coach. Obviously, Ryan Day is more accomplished than Sharon Moore. However, let me say this. If Ryan Day loses to Sharon Moore, if you think I have been unbearable in any fashion on social media, on this here YouTube, you do not want to see me post the game if Sharon Moore does what I know he's going to do, by the way, and beats Ryan Day. I don't want to hear Ryan Day anything other than admitting that he was born on third base. He should kiss the feet of Urban Meyer.
Why do you think? All right, I'm gonna be very short about this. I can care less about the narratives of after the game if Ryan Day loses.
Oh, it's no narrative. It's gonna be real.
And I can also care less about the third base comment because all you're doing, Phil, is acknowledging the fact that our program doesn't go to the shitter like you were. That's all you're acknowledging, and I'm proud of that. Anybody that comes to Ohio State will be born on third base. Anybody.
Oh my God. Look, first of all, Jim got it out the mud. All right. And that's way more respectable than somebody just being handed the keys to the Ferrari. All right. Jim got in the garage.
Ryan Day's
he
history?
built this kit cart. What? I do know Ryan Day's history.
You know Ryan.
Let me go through it for you. Ryan Day didn't get out the mud. Ryan Day was a kid who got stuffed in lockers at his middle school. He was in the band in high school. He was also a male cheerleader. These are Ryan Day traits. You didn't know he was a male cheerleader. You didn't know that.
No, I do know he was a collegiate quarterback. That's what I do know.
What college was that?
More than what you did.
First of all, don't come from. You don't know. First of all, you don't know my collegiate, my scholastic career, right? You don't know what I did.
I'm playing with you, but he's a quarterback. He was under Brian Kelly. Did that.
Right.
Then he became the OC wide receivers coach over there. So he got it out the mud, bro. He didn't come to Ohio State as a. Hey, bro. Hey, some of us aren't lucky enough, like Jim Harbaugh, where our daddies our coaches in college, and then we get to grow up inside of it, and then we get to learn from it. That's not Ryan Day. That's not what he lived through in his life. He didn't get that. I don't know if you know the story about his dad, but that's not what he got from his dad. So
Ryan Day worked his way into a Power 5 job. Sandra, kick rocks. You and Ryan Day kick rocks.
Hey, what's up, mama? Go ahead.
Let's move on. Is that your mother?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Who are you talking to?
I'm sorry, Miss Garrison. I'm sorry, Mrs. Garrison.
That's a Detroit woman right there. You better watch out.
I apologize. Trust me, I don't want to disrespect nobody's parents out here. I just thought Sandra was another crazy other state fan. Apologies. And she's Scott Gaddy in there. I see it. I'm sorry. I am sorry. My aunt will murder me. She knows I was talking to somebody's mother that way. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Damn it. I stole somebody's mom to kick rock. Best offensive line, Garrison. Who you give the edge here?
Though I think yours has been struggling lately and ours has gotten better as of late, I am going to give that to you guys. Slightly, but I give it to you guys. I do believe, even though I think Barnhart's hot trash, that and your center's not. I think your center's a very good center. What's his name? I'm missing on that right now.
Nugent.
Nugent. Thank you. But I think of all both lines, I do believe you guys have the best good one in Trevor Keegan, who I think honestly could be. I think he should be a tackle in all reality. He's really good. But I really want to see what your tackles look like on Saturday. But I give you guys the edge, just slightly.
Well, at least you're being honest today, so I can appreciate that. Michigan certainly has the edge here, in my opinion. I am with you though, and Barnhart should not be protecting anyone's blind. They moved that boy to left tackle last week. It was terrifying. I was mortified, bro. He should never protect anyone's blind side, by the way. But Hinton and Henderson should be back this week. I hope they replace Barnhart, if I'm being honest, but we'll see what happens. But I would give Michigan the edge here. Here's one that's probably going to be a little bit more of a struggle. Best running backs, obviously, Corum and the Don aren't having the same seasons that they had a year ago. They're still super effective. At least Corum is for sure. Travion Henderson is looking like the Travion Henderson that he was always supposed to be. Who do you think has the edge here?
I want to read this to you.
Yeah.
Corum, 180 carries. Henderson, 118. That's 62 carries.
Right.
And 3 missed games, by the way.
Right.
Rush yards. Corum, 888. Henderson, 794.
Yes.
Touchdowns. Blake, 20. Henderson, 10. Mind you, only one of his 20 touchdowns is
outside of 5 yards. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Receiving yards. Corum 72, Henderson 210.
Right.
If he were to have the same amount of touches as Corum, he would be at 1,200 yards already. Travion Henderson is the best running back in this game. He's the best running back in the nation. If I were to go to
in the nation, and he's the best in this game. I'm sorry, right. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. I want you to finish.
Go ahead. All right.
So I have conceded that Blake Corum has not performed this in the same manner he performed last season, before the injury. I think a lot of that has to do with maybe I think it's more mental than physical. That said, Blake Corum is the best running back in this game.
Based on what?
Based on, first of all, his track record. Based on even this season, he has 20 touchdowns. I don't care if he scored them from an inch out. It's not. We saw how hard it was for you guys to get it in with 10 players on the other side. It's not easy to do. Pause. Absolutely pause. Thank you, by the way, catching that. It's not easy to do. And he has 20 of those things. He leads the entire country in rushing touchdowns, by the way.
And he won't be an All-American. Like, all right, this is where I feel like people don't understand this. Yes, he has those touchdowns. He has 2 games since Big Ten play started. He only has 2 games of 5+ yards per carry in a game, or yards per carry in a game. He's had games of 3.5, 2.9, 2.5.
Let me point something else out. Go ahead.
Okay. And to address that, what Antoine just said, stacked boxes. I'm sorry. Was he not facing stacked boxes last year and running ramrod over everybody? I don't care about that. It's a moot point to me. That's moot to me.
It can't be.
So, yes, it is. Because if you faced it last year, why can't you do it again this year?
Well, first of all, as good as Nugent is, he's not Ola with Timmy. Barnhart isn't.
Mm-hmm.
No. He isn't a college grade tackle in my opinion, but at least
he's a good run blocker. He's a good run blocker.
Sure, okay. I'm not gonna go too hard on Barnhart because I'm sure I don't want him watching this and being like, oh, this guy hates me or whatever. Although I dislike you a lot. But your game, not you as a person. But the line is not the same, bro. Keegan is Zinter. Those guys are stalwarts. But other than that, it's not the same like as it was last year or the year before that. Mm-hmm. He's being hit in the backfield more this year than he has in those 2 seasons. So I think there's a lot to consider here, including the stack boxes. The stack boxes with a weaker, let me just say, weaker offensive line than he had last year.
We just acknowledged that you guys had the better offensive line, did we not?
Yes. Yeah.
Travion Henderson is averaging 6.7 per. Like I saw someone just said, well, he hasn't played full games. That's got nothing to do with the average. Right. That ain't got nan to do with the average. So if I sit here and I can tell you that Travion is, I think Blake has great vision and Travion has caught up to it now this year. If I know that they're both, well, I think Travion's a better pass blocker. If I know that Travion's a better pass catcher than Blake. If I know that Travion is more, Travion is not getting caught from behind. He is not. So with that being said, I think I've just I was laid it out right there. He's a better running back. And then if we go to RB2, do not let me get started on Don. Do not let me score.
First of all, who is your RB2? Who we talk about?
It's been Chip Trainum all year.
Yeah. You think he's better than Donovan Edwards?
You want to rattle me off what Donovan Edwards has done this year? Worth talking about. Just rattle it off to me. He's worth talking about. His 3.5 a carry? Oh, God, Donnie, you're so good. Oh, my God. 3.5? Man, you're running over everybody.
Hey, I feel like you're being a little intellectually dishonest. All right.
All right.
Sure.
I'll take my time.
I at the start of this thing, I said that both of them are having down years as it compares to last season, right? Mm-hmm. I admit that. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that, right? The other thing is the offense. We've aired it out more this year, although in the last 2 games, whatever, we have aired it out more this year. There has been a more of a focus to get the ball in the hands of wideouts and tight ends. So they haven't had as many bites at the apple. Sometimes guys need to get the engine revving. You know what I mean?
Travion missed 3 games, bro. He missed 3 games. What do you mean get the engine running? Like, what do you mean? That boy came off the injury and busted up for 200 total yards.
I want you to tell me Travion's best game. Who were those games against? His best games. Who were they against?
The same teams y'all played.
No.
The same teams y'all played. What?
Last week he did that. He did that against Lil Bronim.
Why didn't you remember all this? Hold
on. 2 weeks ago, right?
Hold on. He did this on the same teams you played. So when you ask me who did we play, that's got nothing to do with that.
No, what I'm saying though is we beat that team a different way. We dominated them in a different fashion.
And Travion Henderson is, I'm gonna leave it at this. Travion Henderson has played 12 less games in his. I'm sorry,
Notre Dame is trash.
12 less. He's played 12 less games in his career than Blake Corum. Do you know how many games Blake Corum has of 200 plus yards? Travion has 3. That's all I'll leave it at. And 12 less games.
Flimsy, that boy will fall out.
All
right.
You know, you can go watch.
Yeah. Watch. Okay, because I was gonna say, all right, because I'm no way I'm gonna say that they have better running backs. Here we go.
Best wide receivers. Ask you this.
Yeah.
Which running back room is more able to bust the big one?
That's a ridiculous question.
I'm just asking.
First
pause. But yeah, I'm just asking.
Bust the big one, right? Super pause, bro. Look, Travion, I will say this. Travion has shown the propensity to be able to bust the big one, pause, this season more often than anybody. But let's move on, bro. Best wide receiver tight end.
Too. He all over the place with it
too. Chill. Best wide receiver tight ends. This one.
I'll let you argue it. I'll let you argue.
All right, I'll go first because I'm sure you're gonna want the floor. I do think Michigan has better tight ends than Ohio State. I think Kate Stover is excellent. But the combination of Colston Loveland and AJ Barner, I think, is better than what the other state offers. The next point though is pretty moot, right? For Michigan, as Michigan fans, and we got to be honest with ourselves here. The other state recruits wide receivers better than anybody in the country. Marvin Harrison is the best wide receiver in the country, despite what I say on Twitter. To the contrary.
Yeah, that is just crazy.
No, first of all, it's not crazy. Keon Coleman was playing like the best wide receiver in football earlier in the season, but I digress. Marvin Harrison is the best receiver in football. They have the best wide receiver room in the country, and that includes Washington, who some will argue have the better 1-2 combination. Igbuka has not been stellar every game, but he showed up. He obviously against Notre Dame, he was great when you needed him to be. And part of that, most of that, by the way, was because of the attention that Marvin Harrison was getting. So I'm going to go ahead and concede this matchup to the other state. Go ahead.
All right. So about an hour or so before I got on here with you, Bryce and I were just talking about this. And so, Bryce, I do apologize. You guys do have a better tight end room. You guys do. Yeah. Even though I think Jelani Thurman, our freshman, has more potential than any tight end in this game. But wow, this is what I will say about Case Stover. He is a top 3 to 5 tight end in the nation right now. So that's what he has for him. But I think AJ Barner I think he's really good. I think Colston Loveland is really good. I don't think he's as a blocker as Barner is, but he's a really good receiver.
Yep.
And then the wide receivers, man, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Toast thinks we got better receivers. Big gap after Marvin. I think Stover might have more yards than
Stover has more than both. Stover has more yards than both your tight ends combined.
No, he doesn't.
I literally looked up earlier today.
That's a lie, bro.
I looked up earlier today.
Come on, bro.
I'm so serious. Look at it.
That's a lie. I'm gonna find this.
Go. Good. I'm very serious. He has more yards than you guys combined.
Well, he's like the second best receiver on your team.
I know. Well, because Mike has been out, but and early in the year when you have a new quarterback, they're gonna lean like almost like an NFL rookie does. They're going to lean on that tight end.
I mean, well, look, bro, we don't. Whatever.
Dang, he saw it.
Nah, but whatever. He's not better. He's not better than those two guys as a duo.
No, it's rare to find one guy better than two. But I'm just saying he has more yards than your guys combined.
That's fair. This is a good point. We didn't play fourth quarters of 6 games, so their numbers are lacking because of that.
Hey, Toast, I just want to let you know this right now. As good as I think, who's your freshman wide receiver? Is it 82?
Yes. You're talking about what's my guy's name? The little guy. Yes, but yes,
he ain't getting tick at Ohio State right now. He wouldn't.
Hey, you better watch it, bro.
He gets tick for you guys. He ain't getting
what?
He's getting over Carnell Tate. He's getting tick over Carnell Tate.
I didn't say he ain't got to get it over Carnell Tate, but
he's getting tick over Brandon Ennis barely gets tick, bro. What are we doing?
Yeah, maybe because he's not great right now.
No, because we have guys in the slot that play ahead of him. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
You know, first of all, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect Samaj like that. Samaj
Morgan. I like Samaj.
Yeah, and he definitely be getting some playing time at the other state, whether it's in kick return, punt return, whatever. He gonna be out there.
He'll be a gunner on punt return. Exactly what he'll be.
Gunner. Whoa, you're being disrespectful. Anyway, let's move on. Best quarterback. JJ McCarthy. Huh?
I thought we did this.
Oh, no, we didn't do quarterback. We did coach.
Oh, we did?
We did offensive line, running backs, wide receiver. Best quarterback, JJ McCarthy or your guy, the Honda McCord. It doesn't require this much thought, bro. It doesn't require this.
All right. I'm going to give it slightly to JJ because of his ability to get outside of the pocket and be effective. Do I think JJ reads defenses as well as Kyle? No. Do I think that he has better touch than Kyle? No. But he's a dual threat and he has an extra advantage of that. And he's also played in the game. I'm going to give him the slight edge.
All right. Nice. So, well, you're telling the truth is what you're doing. JJ is definitely getting the check here. I will say, first of all, to say he doesn't read defenses as well as Kyle McCord is kind of crazy.
Did you not see what he did last week? Where he
What did he do last week? That was amazing.
That boy. No. I'm talking about your boy, your guy. Oh. My man, at the end of the half, threw it. I don't know what he was looking at. It reminded me of that K McNamara pass 2 years ago, where I'm just like, where are you throwing it? And he does the same thing. That comes out the next play.
I said that in the moment. I said that in the moment. It was a bad pass. And people can have bad games. He had 2 bad games this year. It's okay. 4. That's less than Kyle McCord has had. No. That Purdue game wasn't bad. He just didn't throw a touchdown. And now, granted, he missed some throws in that game. But it wasn't a bad game because people also dropped touchdowns in that game. So there's that. But Kyle McCord's had more bad games this year than he has. All right.
I agree.
I'm glad we can agree here. JJ McCarthy is the better quarterback.
Real quick.
Heading into the game.
I do want to point this out, though. on 100+ more dropbacks, he has the same amount of interceptions as JJ. I do want to point that is fact. Hey.
JJ's far more accurate. JJ is better QBR and rating. JJ is the better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And JJ can
when you start the season,
use his legs.
When you start the season playing the Sister St. Mary's of the poor football team, you can pump those stats up. So
first of all, we got to start looking at your Notre Dame win differently. That team is a joke. They are not who we thought they were. And
as long as you're saying wait, didn't you pick them?
Wait, did I pick them? I probably picked them because I can't pick you guys.
Yes,
it's like against my religion. It's against my religion.
Have some integrity.
Yeah, I'm a kind of Christian Buddha Islamite. It's against my religion to pick the other state to win. It's anyway.
I'm gonna use that.
We move on. All right, best front seven on defense. This includes defensive line and linebacker combination. Would you like me to go first on this one?
Yeah, I'm putting my fighting gloves on for this one. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, because you're going to need them. So Kenneth Grant is a better defensive lineman than anybody Ohio State has. Kenneth Grant. That said, Mason Graham might be better than Kenneth Grant. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say he is better than Kenneth Grant, who is already better than all of your defensive linemen. I will say right now, you guys have a better pass rush
Lord help me.
than Michigan on the edge. All right. Linebacker, this is where I know we're going to bump heads here because Eichenberg, is that his name?
Tommy Eichenberg.
He is. Yes. He is okay. He's good.
He's an All-American.
All right. All-American. Will he be an All-American this year?
No, he doesn't deserve to be.
No, he doesn't deserve to be. Junior Colston is better than Eichenberg. Barrett might not be better, but he's
hell no.
He's not bad. And then we got a guy who probably is better than both of those guys. At least he has the potential to be better than both of those guys in Hausman coming off the bench. I think we have the better linebackers. I'm going to give Michigan the edge on the defensive line as well. What do you say?
First off, Kenneth Grant is better than Tyreek Williams. You can shut that shit down now.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wait, you think Tyreek Williams is better than Kenneth Grant?
Hell yeah. I think he's better than both your tackles.
Oh my God.
Bro, stop it, bro.
Kenneth Grant just ran down Allen.
No, he did. See, I hate when y'all say that.
He ran him down, bro.
You can clearly
he went out, he reached out and touched that man.
You can clearly see on that play, he cuts back inside. The guy trips him up, and Kenneth Grant is running already and catches him, bro. Let's stop that, bro. Y'all gotta stop that nastiness.
Hold on. Because I think you're giving too much credit to the cutback. He was running full speed.
He got tripped up. Everyone saw it.
When I say he ran him down, by the way, I want to be clear about what I'm saying. When I say he ran him down, I'm not saying that if both of those guys started at the same place, right, that Kenneth Grant will win the foot race. I'm not saying he's more fleet of foot.
Yeah, but you know what you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is that his display of athleticism there, whether or not my guy got tripped up or not, was incredible.
Okay.
All right, so, he went and got him.
Listen, I'm willing to say this. I will say push for defensive tackle. I'm sorry, bro, but when we have Tyreek Williams and Mike Hall Jr., who will be first or early second round picks on the D line. You can't just poo-poo that. Like those guys are monsters on the inside. On the edge,
Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant will be first round picks next year.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. On the edge, like you said, I don't think that's a conversation. I don't.
Okay.
Linebacker, I'm going to I will give it to you guys, but it's very, 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 very close to me because I don't think Michael Barrett's all that good. I don't care what his PFF score is. I take PFF with a grain of salt. I really don't care what they say. Those are nerds in a chair not watching the game. So, with that being said, I think Junior Colson's a dog. I think he's a dog. I think he's an NFL type of dog. I think Tommy Eichenberg is a very good college football player. Still Chambers, I think he's a great Buckeye. Ready for him to leave. Now you bring up Buddy from Nebraska, Housen from Nebraska.
Ernest Beast.
Cody Simon, very good linebacker. And let's not act like we don't have a guy in that room called CJ Hicks, number one overall linebacker last year.
I don't want to talk about CJ Hicks. He's not good enough to touch the field.
No, we just have guys right now that can touch the field that they know. I'm not guessing because he basically said this. Those guys know the playbook very much better than he does. And Jim knows defense, well known by a lot of people, is a very complicated defense.
Mello, put some respect on our name. We do have the linebacker position, but the cheaters up north, that has to stop.
I gave it to you.
No, I'm talking about
TCU win. No, no, and Mello, type that again for me, please. TCU win. The hell?
You about to get Mello? You about to get Mello muted?
Kick out of here. But yeah, I'll succeed at you guys.
All right. Best defensive backs. I will say this. I'm going to go first. I will say this. You guys have been better this year than you were a season ago. The entire defense, in fact, is better this year than it was a season ago. What's my guy? I can't think of his name. Number 10. What's his name?
Burke.
Yes, Trey Burke. Denzel Burke. I'm sorry. Trey Burke was our guy. Right. Denzel. Denzel. Apologies. Denzel Burke has really stepped up his game this year. And he can be left on an island. He's shown that this year. So I'm going to concede that. Will Johnson, since coming back from whatever, his minor surgery, has not looked like the Will Johnson that he was last season. That being said, it's not like he gets back to form. I hope he gets back and he doesn't look bad though. I want to make that clear. He has still been a shutdown corner. Like I feel comfortable leaving him on an island, although he has been beaten this year a couple times. So I want to point that out. On the other side, there is mixed reviews even in the Michigan fan base on Josh Wallace. I tend to think that he is good. He's not bad for sure. I wish McBurrows would have been the starter if I'm being honest though. But it is what it is. Amorian Walker, that clearly did not work out. I'll be the first to say it didn't work.
Boy, y'all were so happy. Y'all was pushing that.
I was one of the ones pushing that narrative because as an athlete, he's phenomenal. Like an excellent athlete. Jair Hill, who is a true freshman, I think he needs more burn. He's really good too. And he's shown up in one-on-one situations. We move on to the safeties. I think the best this is gonna sound wild. I think Keon Sabb has been our best safety. And he comes off the bench.
Thank you. I've been saying that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moore is good. DJ Moore is still good. But I do think Keon Sabb is the best safety we have right now. Now moving on to the other state. I started with Denzel Burke. I don't need to talk about him. He's good. Sonny Styles. This is your guy. I know you love some Sonny Styles. He's been hit or miss for me. Sometimes he's really good. I've seen him not be so good. Make bad decisions, take bad angles. However, in the measurable department, he is excellent, right? Like if you just looked at him, he looks the part. The other, there's another, I can't think of the other safety's name. What's the other safety's name?
Josh Proctor.
Josh Proctor, who has also been better than he was a season ago. He also has made some mistakes. Yeah,
what?
He makes some mistakes.
Wait. What
I saw him. I'm gonna say, and I forget what game this. It might have been against Penn State, where he actually made some plays against Penn State. But he also, it was a ball he like jumped for. I don't know. It was something weird that I didn't like. Maybe it was a penalty he gave up. Yeah, but it's been weird. Either way, and this could be the homer in me, but I'm gonna give Michigan the edge here in DBs. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think in terms of the DB conversation. Big Groove agrees with me on Sabb. You agree with me on Sabb. Say it for the people in the back. Michigan. Seems like Proctor been there 5 years.
He has.
McBurrows is a thumper, absolutely. So yeah, but I'll give the floor to you.
I think it's crazy that you're calling yourself you giving yourselves a nod when we are technically the best secondary. We're number one in the nation in pass defense. So that by default just takes all that out of here. Josh Proctor has been one of the least passed on safeties in America. He's a thumper. That boy's a thumper. And yes, he has been there for 5 years. He's been hurt every year. He's literally been injured every year he's been there, except this year. So I'm very happy about him. I have my cat moving on so many places. But and then
where's Ransom?
Sonny Styles. Ransom. He's our best safety, but he's the only person on defense not playing this week. He's not playing this week. Which is that is a problem because he has been one of the better safeties in the country this year. So that has hurt us. Now, my boy Sonny Styles, 6'4", 230 pounds, little Taylor Maize himself.
Oh my!
Now,
God.
I did tell you that I take PFF with a grain of salt, correct?
Yeah, right. But you're gonna take it this time with.
But right here, we about to push this narrative, baby. We about to push this agenda. Sonny Styles on PFF is ranked first of all Power 5 defenders in pat and run defense.
In run defense.
That's my guy. Now, does he struggle sometimes in coverage? Yeah. He's a guy that holds tight ends. He's a safety, he's a strong safety linebacker hybrid type of guy. He's usually in the box, but against fast receivers, like if I saw him on Samaj Morgan, I would be worried. Yeah, Samaj just usually when I played corner, I used to love big receivers more than little receivers because they moving everywhere, but like a jitterbug. But yeah, and so we have that, and like I said, Denzel, nothing to say there. He's back to how he looked his freshman year and even better. And then on the other side, Ibn Nosen, the guy that you wanted but came to us. You guys could have used him.
He's looked better than what he started this year. I'll give you that.
That boy is handsy. He is handsy. He is.
Yeah.
But he's really good in run defense. He's really good in tackling. So I mean,
he may have saved the game for you guys against Rutgers. Now, granted, you guys actually ran away with that one. Ended up running away with that one, but that trick play, the Fumblerooski that they ran, if it's not for him, who came from the other side of the field, by the way, to get over there and make that play, then that guy is walking into the end zone. Yeah.
And then we have Jordan Hancock, who probably talked himself into a late first round, early second round draft pick. I'm gonna read this off. I want to read this off to you.
All right.
This is Ohio State's defense here.
Yeah.
Tim, giving up. This is all about plays that we give up. 10 plus yards, we've given up 97 of them. That's fourth in the nation. 20 plus yards, 25 of those. That's third. 30 plus yards, 58. That's third. You bring up that Manungai Fumblerooski. That's the only play of 40 plus yards we've given up this year. That's number one in the nation. That, my friend, is the best secondary in college football.
I want to make a point here. All these changes, and the reason that you guys are, ranked highly in, these 20, 30, 40 point or 40-yard gains, that's all because of Michigan. These changes were put in place, right? The fundamental change to Jim Knowles. No. Put your headphones back.
I can still hear you. That's the problem.
Put your headphones back. Oh, I sound like Skip Bayless right now. Oh, put your glasses back on.
Hey, you see what Sherman says? So don't yell at me.
Yeah. Skip me wildin', man. I don't even know why people go on that show. But anyway, the changes that were made to your defense were made in preparation for this game.
Yeah.
Last year we how many plays over?
5 plays,
30,
5 touchdowns.
Crazy. All that was done for this Saturday. So I wanted to point that out for you.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just
27.
y'all.
We're giving. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It wasn't just y'all. Everybody was taking us over the top last year. So
I had my fill of delusion. Shout out my guy, bro. People giving their score predictions.
Bro, what's wrong with what's going on with you guys, bro? I keep seeing this 38 number from your fan base.
Yeah,
I think you are.
I threw that out there. I threw that out there.
You said that. I think you're crazy.
38 points, bro. You don't think we scored 38?
If you get to 38, I will go down the street, grab my boy's Teton flag, and put it on the background for an episode. But
oh yeah.
But
Okay.
if y'all don't get and this ain't win or lose, if y'all don't get to 38, oh man, I'm sending you that right there. I am sending you that. I am sending you that. And you will wear it as a cape.
I'll put it up.
Oh no, you put it over all that Michigan shit. All that shit.
Yeah. I'll put it up over and I usually don't do this. And Mello can attest when the bets were being made, I was not one to do it because the other state, it just I can't do it. But by the way, as a kid, I don't know if I told you the story. As a kid, I had this Ohio State pullover starter joint that my aunt got me. I love that thing. It hurt my soul every day I put it on, but it was beautiful. That being said, I will take this bet. I will gladly take this bet.
Good.
You go get your friends Teton. Listen to me, Teton. You get your friends Michigan flag and you display it in the back for one episode. It's got to be an episode that I am on, by the way. We got to get you right back here.
We'll get you on the episode. Yeah.
And by the way, I'll gladly display. I won't gladly display, but I'll put it up here because I'm a man of my word. If you guys, hold under. Oh, go ahead.
And you're gonna put a LeBron logo back there too. Take that Jordan crap off. You gonna put a Brown logo back there.
Wait, you got something against the GOAT?
The GOAT? The who?
The GOAT?
Who?
Hey, I know you ain't got nothing against the GOAT.
The GOAT from Akron, Ohio. You should know that. You from Ohio. You from Ohio. You should know.
I am from Ohio, and I don't hate LeBron. I like LeBron. But that listen, LeBron is going to have all of the numeric records, right? And in 20 years from now, this might even be a moot point because kids are going to look at that and say LeBron's the GOAT, and I won't even blame them, right? Because all of the records are literally going to have LeBron. He's going to be top 10 in everything if he doesn't hold it, right? But I can't. Michael Jordan's best years were even before my time, and that dude is another level, bro. Like I'm not even. I can't hold it against LeBron that he win every chip because he wasn't supposed to win every chip. And to LeBron's credit, Michael Jordan was favored in every championship he played in, right?
So it's not like this. I'm a Detroit Piston fan. F Jordan. I'm a Piston boy.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right. What? I can do
bump him, bro. Bump him.
Nah, Mike's the GOAT, bro. You ain't never had a pair of Jordans.
I don't support anyone that has black people killing each other over shoes.
What? Well, first of all, Michael Jordan doesn't have black people kill people over shoes.
That happened.
No, it definitely happened. It happened across the nation. But I'm saying Michael Jordan wasn't the perpetrator, or he didn't say, "Hey, go kill these people for my shoes."
No. And his son is
that's
wild.
Not fair.
His son wild. His
son is crazy. By the way, Michael Jordan as a person is a shit person compared to LeBron, especially. But I'm just talking about the basketball. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we gotta let's do this. We're almost done. Matchups to watch. I really only feel like it's the obvious matchup to watch is Will Johnson versus against Maserati Marv, as Gus Johnson named him or called him. Other than that, I think the trenches is the matchup to watch, right? On either side, offensive line, your offensive line versus our defensive line, and vice versa. What do you think?
I'm gonna extend it. Actually, I think it's not just Marv against.
Damn, bro, you're not feeling tough crowd, man.
Oh my god. That's all right, bro. Hey, you know what you should do, buddy? Go talk to Connor Stallings. He might be able to help your LLC out. So I think that
hey man, don't
it has more to do with Marvin versus your whole secondary. I think I expressed it to you, but Marv does go to the slot a lot. And that's where Mikey will be. And I think we've had this conversation before. And I think it's very important to see what Michigan does when Marv goes into the slot and how they react. And then also, let's call it what it is, man. The quarterbacks. And now, of course, they don't face each other per se, but earlier in the show, I said it's about the defense controlling the game and which quarterback can sit here and who can make the big plays. Big plays only happen, especially in the pass game, from your quarterbacks. The run game is going to be hard to get past for both teams. So it's very important to see which quarterback can make the plays.
Wait, man, I don't want this thing to get political, bro, because definitely I don't want to go down that road. But LeBron signing $1 billion deals enslaved more Muslims. That's a wild statement.
Yeah, I gotta look that up.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I definitely got to do the research on that. But yeah. All right.
I mean,
let me. So those are the matchups to watch. We are finally here. Who wins and why? And your score prediction. Go for it.
I have Ohio State. Well, first off, like I told you earlier, and I asked you which offense do you think is more apt to make the big plays? I think it's Ohio State. I think
you said running back, but
yeah, running back. I said running back, but I think it's all around on offense. We have the running back compared to you guys who can make the bigger plays. We also have the receivers that can make the bigger plays, and we have and our receiver is the best player in college football. I have Ohio State in a close one. It is covering, but I have Ohio State in a close one, 23 with a late field goal, 23-17.
23-17.
I haven't seen Ohio State give up more than 17 points all year, and until I see it, that's what I'm sticking with.
So hold on, did you see him give up 42 last year? 40.
It's 2020, 2023. 2023.
Now I'm just saying because you said, you know,
I don't know.
Right.
Phil, I don't know. Phil, I don't know. I've also never seen my team give up 56 or 62. Have you?
Okay. Which I'm not expecting Saturday, by the way.
Me.
All right.
Not on a Kyle. Not on a Kyle.
Yeah. So I think Michigan wins this game because I think Michigan controls the trenches. Like I said, one of us is going to be right about that defensive line, right? One of us is going to be right about Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. And if they do what I expect them to do, then I think they're going to cause some problems for Kyle McCord and even Travion Henderson in that run game. Although a lot of his runs are off tackles, things like that he busts. Pause. But we are good. Wow, the pause button.
I haven't said anything.
Nah, you said some pause-worthy things tonight too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was you with the super whatever. But anyway, big bus, right? So I think Michigan controls the trenches. They control the game. JJ McCarthy makes a couple throws. Michigan walks out of there 38-20.
Good God, bro.
38-20, the good guys.
Boy, I'm happy you standing on it, though. You standing on business with it.
I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. 10 toes.
Matter of fact, go ahead and put another touchdown on there. Say 45. Put another touchdown on.
Put another touchdown on there. Hold on. Let me see what people are saying. That D-line going to be lit up Saturday. Once again, 27-23 Michigan.
I can understand.
Mike Samra still the truth. I didn't even talk about Mikey. He definitely gonna make a play Saturday.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to see Wallace on Harrison.
I have him.
I don't want to see Mikey on Harrison either, though. I'm gonna be honest. Neither one of those matchups sound great. Put McBurrows in. No. Mike's got to play.
What do you think
That'll
about
what
do you think about this? So I do give more credit to guys that play outside corner than guys that play in the slot.
Yeah.
But I do have Mikey. I think Mikey deserves first team All-American no matter what.
Absolutely.
I think what he's done this year has been outstanding.
I think what he's done since he's made that switch, man, he's really last year the play he made on was that Stover? He made that play on in the end zone.
That changed the game.
That changed the game, man. It was a huge play. Yeah. He comes up with timely. That last week's interception was timely. But yeah, man. Again, be sure to follow my guy on Twitter. Let me pull this down so we can get his at there at Mr_Morals44 on Twitter. Be sure to follow him there. Be sure to subscribe to the Scarlet and Blue Show. They just had an excellent show, which is in the description of this video, with their fathers on it. It was very dope. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So shout out to that. By the way, apologize to Mama Garrison for me. Sandra, please don't kick any rocks. I apologize. I was out of pocket there.
I'm gonna be with her tomorrow, man. I'll let her know. Yeah. I'll let her know. They've always watched me and then also Bryce, man, who's with us. But when I come on your show, man, they thoroughly enjoy you, man. They have watched me when I'm on here, so that's
dope, man. So shout out to that. Oh, there she goes. Thank you, Mama Garrison, for forgiving me for that because I
don't know. She's still ain't that your bedtime? Shouldn't you be getting the turkey ready? My fault. I hope she didn't hear me say that. I hope she didn't hear me say that.
Yeah, man. Well, she did. And it's recorded if she wants to go back and check it out, so she can bring it up on Thanksgiving. But anyway, man, happy Thanksgiving.
You too, my brother.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, to everybody in the comment section, even Mello. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone enjoys it. Till next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.